So welcome back everyone for today's session on IT resource management. So end of today's session, we will understand what is the value of IT. We'll also understand how implementing IT portfolio management is done. I mean, how it is implemented actually inside an organization. IT management practices, HR management, organizational change management, financial management, information security management, value of IT. Value of IT for an organization. Initially, what happened was ITs were actually working in silos. The organization had a objective to attain. IT was more or less helping the organization to achieve that objective, but no one actually studied or gauged or understood what is the value of IT. So now this has become a proper way of going ahead to see how much IT is giving to the business. So it depends upon the perceived value which IT has for business. So implementing IT portfolio management. What is IT portfolio management? So this is a method which determines whether the best IT related projects are being pursued to achieve the enterprise goals. So from an enterprise perspective, if I have a proper IT portfolio management in my organization placed out, I should have a proper method in place to determine whether I have the best IT related projects and I am pursuing them to achieve my enterprise goals. So whatever, so suppose it could be as simple as okay, I am a manufacturing company, so I might have an SAP project running because I feel that I might be able to achieve a proper automation and proper value from IT if I have a SAP project in conjunction with my manufacturing setup. So when I arrive at that, I will have done a proper analysis of that. So that is where I say best IT related projects. How is it done? As I just explained, so you standardize the terminology. So you make it simple, you make it universal inside the organization. If you are going for a tech terminology, if you make it too complex, people will not understand. So it has to be standardized, it has to be used at the same format inside the organization. A proper management commitment or buy-in has to come in our example. If the organization is going for SAP, so there has to be a proper management commitment that yes, it will be done, because it's a costly affair, it could be a time running affair, but yes, there has to be a proper management commitment to it. Yes, it will be done. Plan portfolio management in line with organization's management processes. So the process inside, the way this activity will be done, should be in line with the organization's management processes. So what is included inside the portfolio, that needs to be discussed. Roles, tasks, and decisions need to be properly elaborated. Tools need to be properly organized. What all tools might be used in that. And risk profile analysis needs to be done. So IT management practices. So what are IT management practices? So IT management practices are policies and procedures. For what? For various IT related management activities. So I would have a policy, and from that policy, the procedures would come in, and they would actually be there for the various IT related management activities. Human resource management. So this looks after hiring. So this describes how the hiring process is. What are the parameters which should go inside the hiring process? How would the hiring happen? So it's an employee handbook. So an employee handbook is given out to the employees to know about the benefits or the skills inside the organization, which it would be handy, which the employee needs to be following for that. What are the promotion policies? How does a employee get promoted? Training. So how does the training, retraining keep happening inside for any employee? Scheduling and time reporting. So how is the employee scheduled for a particular job process and the job work? And what is the time reporting? So how does those work hours get calculated, and how does it get reported? What are the terms and conditions of employment? So if I have to take out someone out of an employment, so what could be the what could be the things that he might not be doing, which actually I could harp upon from a terms and conditions perspective? What are the things the employee should be doing during employment? How are employee performances getting evaluated? What is the justification for evaluating an employee? How does the management or the organization ensure that the employee gets its required vacations? And what are the termination policies? So based on this, employee will get terminated. So it could be, possibly, if the employee is working in a organization where the IT data needs to be confidential, and the employee shares an IT data which is a confidential data, his terms and conditions could be that yes, under these conditions his services will be terminated. So that could be it. What is organizational change management? So these are, proper defined processes which actually helps and elaborates an organization's technological improvements at infrastructure and application levels. What do I mean by this? So it could be as simple as having a patch management process. So a patch management process, when I'm applying it to a server, a particular patch is going to a server, so it has to pass through a proper change management process. So if I apply it every week, suppose for the sake of example, so it has to be approved properly. It has to go through a proper change management process. People will need to know the impact. People will actually need to know, okay, this change will be done on so and so date, and there should be a fallback plan for that. So those things will pass through a change management board, a change management approval process. And what is it doing? It is actually improving the infrastructure, as well as possibly from an hardware angle or from a software or an application angle. Financial management practices. So you would have a proper IS budget there. You would have a proper software development program in place. Information security management. So you could, have a proper organization-wide information security program. So it could be an ISO 27001 program, or you could have just an information security program where you would ensure that anyone and everyone who actually is working for the organization, directly or indirectly as a third party, has and is aware of a proper information security program. You would have a business impact analysis done. A BCP and a DRP related to IT department functions are available and developed. So with this, we come to an end of today's session. So thanks for hearing me out. Watch out for my other sessions. Thank you.